Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled, Can an Ashkenazi Eat Corn Matzah on Pesach? So we all know that there's something called kitniyot, where Ashkenazim do not eat legumes. And corn is included in them, beans, rice, of course, all part of the prohibition that's gone on for 700-800 years in Ashkenazic Jewry. Rama already mentioned this 500 years ago in the Shulchan Aruch, Siman Taf Nun Gimel. So therefore, it seems like there's nothing to discuss. We don't have corn. There's different reasons why the grains used to be mixed up, and one person would think that he's eating corn, and he's really mixed in was actually wheat, barley, and then he ended up mixing it with water, and he's eating chametz. Or the flour, mix the flours up. Different reasons why behind the minhag. But the bottom line is we have a minhag. It's a strong minhag in Ashkenazic Jewry. And that's it. There's nothing to discuss. Why the question, can we eat corn matzah? So here's an amazing, amazing question. When we Ashkenazic Jewry abstain from corn sweeteners, corn oil, corn itself, do we treat it with more severity than wheat and barley and oat? Meaning, we eat wheat matzah on Pesach, so why can't we eat corn matzah on Pesach? Meaning, how do we eat wheat matzah and oat matzah? We make sure the wheat is properly washed, either from the time of ktsira harvesting, or from the time of toching grinding, or even later in the process. That's a discussion in the poskim. But we watch it to make sure it doesn't sit with water. There's no exposure to water. Then we grind up the wheat into flour. We mix it with water. We don't let it sit for more than a few minutes, more than 18 minutes. Then we bake it very quickly. So we'll do the exact same thing with corn or any other form of kitniyot. It's a great question. So is the corn and its rice flour worse than wheat flour? So the Shulchan Aruch and Chaye Adam and others say, no, you cannot have the minhag of kitniyot be more severe than the 5 grains. And therefore you can go ahead and if you treat the legumes as one of the 5 grains and you watch it properly, then you can have it. And only if the corn would sit in the water and you left it alone, then you have a problem. So too with the rice. When it's boiled and it's not treated like grain would be treated. So it's a beautiful svara and it makes sense. And it's powerful poskim that say this way. However, other poskim say that you're right, in theory it's very nice, but the minhag does actually go beyond the 5 grains. Meaning that these legumes, no matter how you treat them, even if you, so to speak, watch to make sure they don't become, so to speak, chametz, we prohibit them for various reasons. And that is the minhag of most Ashkenazic Jewry, to go ahead and just prohibit them from the beginning to the end, prohibit the legumes themselves. Many prohibit the oils that come from them, and prohibit them in the various forms and flour, etc. So it's a fascinating discussion. And are there those who are leaning in this? Could be. And if anyone ever finds someone who is leaning in this area, you'll understand the svara and the rationale behind it. Shalom.